Disinheriting a child from your estate. Biggest mistake that people make when they actually want to disinherit one of their children from their estate. Why would you want to disinherit one of your children? I don't know. But the reasons we see is they just don't like their child. They don't like the child. Maybe the child didn't take care of them. Maybe their child was mean to them. Maybe that child was the black sheep of the family. Then for good reasons, sometimes they just believe that their child has enough money and is going to be okay. Disinheriting a child, though, is probably the number one biggest mistake I see when people try to do their own last will and testament on their own. There are actually laws in most states called pretermitted heirs. What a pretermitted heir is somebody who has been left out of a last will and testament. So let's say, for example, mom wanted to leave her two children, Sally and Enrique, out of her estate and instead wanted to give it to, let's say, just a friend down the street that she became friends with and had a relationship, and she wants to make sure that this person is taken care of. For whatever reason, she is disinherited or does not want to leave anything to Sally and Enrique. So what she does is she downloads a last will and testament off of the internet, and she fills it out and says, I want everything to go to neighbor down the street. But she doesn't mention anything about her children in that last will and testament. When she does pass away and they go to probate that last will and testament, the neighbor down the street is super excited, right? Because they think they are going to receive everything from this estate. Her money in her bank, her house, retirement, all of that. They think they're getting everything. Then the children hire an attorney and they go to court and they say, there is nothing in this last will and testament that says mom is disinheriting us. She doesn't even mention us. And because she does not specifically say that she is disinheriting Sally and Enrique, they take their part of the estate as if mom had died without any last will and testament. And if Sally and Enrique are her only heirs, they're her only two children, under the laws of intestate succession in most states, at least in the state that we are in, then Sally and Enrique would split mom's estate half. Enrique gets half, Sally gets half, and the neighbor gets nothing because mom did not specifically state in her last will and testament that she was disinheriting Sally and Enrique. Now, it can actually go a step further as well, because if Sally and Enrique have children, then there is case law out there and laws in many jurisdictions that you also need to disinherit the children. Let's say that Sally died before mom and Enrique was still alive, and Sally had two children. This time, let's say that mom did disinherit Sally and Enrique, but her last will says something to the effect, I disinherit Sally and Enrique and instead give all of my estate to neighbor down the street. Sally had children, and mom did not specifically disinherit Sally's children. In a lot of jurisdictions, they are also considered pretermitted heirs because she did not specifically disinherit her grandchildren. So if a last will and testament is done correctly, if you go to an estate planning attorney, do somebody who does this for a living, they are going to usually put very specific language in there that says, mom disinherits Sally and her decedents, anybody that could inherit from her, and Enrique and his decedents. By doing it that way, in most jurisdictions, mom is disinheriting Sally, anybody who comes after Sally, and Enrique, and anybody who comes after Enrique. If she does not do that, those grandchildren, Sally's two children, could still be considered pretermitted heirs and inherit again as if mom had died without a last will and testament, again leaving that neighbor down the street without anything. If mom really does want to disinherit her children and her grandchildren, she has to specifically, very specifically, put it in writing what she wants. I am disinheriting Sally, I'm disinheriting Enrique, and I'm disinheriting all of their decedents. I know that I'm doing this and do it willfully. And then I'm giving everything to the neighbor down the street. If mom does it that way, then indeed Sally and Enrique and their children, her grandchildren, are all disinherited from the will, and neighbor down the street gets everything. To see the difference, and that's the number one mistake that we see people make on a regular basis in their last will and testament. They intend to disinherit their kids, and we see that the intention is there because the kids are not mentioned, but they don't specifically put it in writing and specifically say that they are disinheriting their children and their children's decedents. And because of that, everybody takes as if they had died without a last will and testament, which means that the estate goes to somebody, the kids, who mom didn't want them to receive. And that, like I said, is the biggest mistake that we see when people try to do a last will and testament on their own. If you want to specifically disinherit somebody, talk to an estate planning attorney in your jurisdiction. At least get options on what is the correct way to do this. They will guide you in the right direction so that your estate, the things that you've worked your entire life for, will go to who you want to, not according to the state law where you live and end up going to somebody who you didn't even want to.
I know I've thrown a lot at you today, so that's why we've prepared our free guide on estate planning. I'll put a link to it in the description below and in the comment section below that so that you can download it and get started in the right direction. And to help you out even more, watch this video up here and this video up here. If you enjoyed this video, then guys, please smash that subscribe button and click on the like button. And also click on that little bell so you'll get notified every time we post a new video. Have a great day and an awesome week. And as always, thanks for watching.